Alright, so today we'll be discussing projectile motion and the overall general rules to follow when solving for projectile motion problems. So when something's launched at an angle, we want to figure out its x and y components, resolve for its x and y components. We want to figure out what its vertical velocity is and what its horizontal velocity is. And you use that through your trig function formulas. So one concept to understand what projectile motion is, gravity is always acting down on an object at 9.8 meters per second squared. So this orange in my hand. The whole time it's in the air, it's under the influence of gravity. So what do I mean by that? Alright, so let's say this orange is launched from my hand at 30 meters per second. Since it's going up, it's always going against gravity. And so, what does that tell me? At 1 second, it's going at 20 meters per second. At 2 seconds, it's going at 10 meters per second. And at 3 seconds, it reaches its top, and it's going at 0 meters per second. It basically reaches its maximum height. And how did I get those numbers? Well, since gravity is acting on it at about 9.8, I round it off to 10. 30 minus 10, at 1 second I'll be going at 20, minus 10 at 2 seconds, minus 10 at 0 meters per second. So what happens when it's going back down? Well, when it's going back down, it's at its highest point. And when it's going back down, it's going with gravity. So, at 1 second, it'll be going at 10 meters per second. At 2 seconds, it'll be going at 20 meters per second. At 3 seconds, it'll be going at 30 meters per second. And that's the general rule of that gravity is always acting down an object at 9.8 meters per second squared. And one thing to keep in mind with projectile motion problems is horizontal velocity is constant, as in it never changes throughout its velocity in the flight. Its velocity never changes. It is never under the influence of gravity. So let's say I launch this orange at 20 meters per second. The whole time it's going at 20 meters per second. It's not under the influence of gravity because gravity affects objects going in the y direction. That orange was going in the x direction. The only thing forcing it to go in the x direction was me, not gravity. And also the one thing to know is your kinematics formulas, such as final velocity equals initial velocity plus at, or final velocity squared equals initial velocity squared plus 2a delta x. And another formula to figure out is displacement. Displacement equals initial velocity plus time plus 1/2 at squared. And that's basically the projectile motion and general rules to follow when solving for them. And thanks for watching.